He clips it back to Lewis Dunk, who, like Moises Caicedo, is actually on a yellow card in the FA Cup, so I certainly wouldn't want to unpick another one, because I think they're white actually after the quarter-finals, and you don't want to be missing for a semi at Wembley, if they get that far, of course. Let's not count their chickens, or haddock. Here's March, coming in field, 10 yards from the right side, back to Dunk again. They need to make this pitch as big as possible if they can. Matoma yet to touch the ball really in an attacking sense. Webster goes through the middle, congested, just forced it slightly, pushed to the near side. Khan trying to keep it in, but March is back there.
Like you say though, Webster, they're not moving out the slots, are they? It's all congested in the middle. What the space is done, it's the wide areas. Both fullbacks don't need to go with Pascal Gross or on the other side McAllister, so they're coming in short. The fullbacks are staying, or should they come in? And so the wide March on this right hand side and Matoma on this side. They have to stay wide, high and wide.
Yeah, much width, and Matoma coming in off that flank. Couldn't get inside there of the right back, Richie Efferty. Goes across to get it by the corner flag. Whips it up the line, little layoff. Goes to McAllister for the Albion. Mistake there. Frustration initially for Grimsby, but it could turn into a good attack here as they get to the centre circle. Otis across to the right. Pushed forward there by Green, onto the right-hand side. Efferty in at the near post, and Lewis Dunk there to meet it. They're pushing the ball forward to Caicedo. And now they've got players forward here, Grimsby. Maybe Albion can make the most of it. Gross with a clever little ball straight. I'm not sure Ferguson was expecting that. And it goes through to Crocombe.
Yeah, Undav got it on the half turn into the saw Ferguson's run, but it's ball from Undav is poor.
I feel that Pascal Gross could be key today, Warren. He's got that intelligence maybe to unlock a defence and, you know, maybe come up with something a little bit different to get through the banks of players of Grimsby Town.
I think you have to move the ball quickly, Johnny, here. Don't let them get set in the way. The three midfield players, they're set. Move it quickly, keep them on the move, keep them moving. Undav's just trying to come short, trying to find that pocket of space as well.
Yeah, not sure how much joy he's going to have with that if they do play this system, but here's March in the wide right position, trying to take on his man, onto his left foot, back onto his right. Checks, doesn't cross initially, now he curls it in, doesn't get it over the defender, falls to Caicedo, edge of the box, pulls it back to Webster. Webster uses March again, still out wide on the right. Ferguson hovering in the middle, yet to be able to attack across. March lays it back there for Gross. Gross rolling it in, lay off by Ferguson to Caicedo, edge of the area, left-footed, another good save by the keeper, spilled and tucked away by Dennis Undav. There's no initial flag, it will be checked, but potentially the Albion could have broken the deadlock in the 6th minute.
Yeah, it's not offside, for sure. It's a bad error from the goalkeeper. He's parried it. And this is a goal, and this could be 5, 6, 7, I'm telling you. If we're at this game properly, and I think De Zerbi, the manager, will want that. No slacking, full pelt, a good finish on Undav. The keeper's made a mistake.
Yeah, just couldn't hold on to it, could he?
It's a good strike from Casino.
It is, and it's on his left foot as well. Ball from Gross, laid off there by Ferguson. He took a touch with his right, but he hit it with his left, and he's not that powerful really, is it?
It's not powerful, but I said sleeping defenders, and they're the left back. He's 5 yards behind everybody else. Glennon.
Yeah, they let him down there. Well, he'd made an earlier good save from Evan Ferguson, Max Crocombe, but there it is an error, and it's been punished by the Seagulls, who lead. There's been a goal for Manchester United's women against Lewis. Nikita Paris, the former England international, makes it 3-1 there at the Dripping Pan. So it looks like Lewis are going out, but a creditable performance against WSL opposition. Currently Albion's women in action at Birmingham City as well. Floated forward, Gross, Undav, has he stayed onside the first touch? Looked quite good at first, but Crocombe was there just in front of him. Good anticipation that time by the keeper, unaffected by conceding the goal on that occasion.
It's a wonderful ball from Pascal Gross. It's a great run from Undav. His touch has to be better there.
He's looking at the sky. He knows he should have had a second, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Could he have hit it first time, Warren? How difficult is that?
I thought, yeah, it's difficult, but it's better than miscontrolling it like it was. You rather want a shot on target. He sucked him in, and he sucked the centre half in. He's gone short and spanning behind. One straight ball. It's
Well, one thing they must do, though, Warren, having got the first goal, is go and push on, isn't it?
Oh.
You can't, like, saunter around now just because you've got a 1-goal lead. Blackburn Rovers have already come undone today, losing 3-2. So Albion want to apply some more pressure. Gross, wide to March again. Gross continuing his run forward. Dink forward. Again, it's another good run by Undav. This time the defensive header is a decent one. March tries to get to the second ball, but it's tidied up there by Driscoll Glennon. And goes back to the keeper, Crocombe.
I think you just keep moving the ball, Johnny. Keep moving it quickly in that final third. Solly March can have a field day down here against Gleeson. That's for sure. Lennon, sorry.
Yeah. On the right-hand side, a little turn there by Clifton, trying to get round on the right-hand side, and Grimsby have won a throw. Andrea Maldera just at the front of the technical area. Paul Hurst, the former Rotherham player, now managing Grimsby Town in the technical area. Shorter than I imagined, but there you go. Well liked. Nice chip ball forward there to the striker Orsi, but he's offside. Still in behind, a little bit of a lapse. And of course, if Gross does push into midfield, there is effectively no right back.
Yeah, he shouldn't be getting the ball there anyway. I think the defence has done well there. They've kept the line very well. Lewis Dunk, Webster. They knew if he runs in behind, it's going to be offside.
Yes, held it well on that occasion as Webster has a chance to come forward. Uses Gross just inside the Grimsby Town half. Khan just forcing him back there. And Webster missed out in the week. Levi Cole names as a substitute. Competition for places now as Estupinian goes long, and that's comfortable header there for Ma to get it back to his keeper.
There's no need to keep knocking it long. Fit it into these two strikers. They've got good touches. Get runners in behind, down the sides of these defenders. The static, the centre half are static. 3 centre backs.
Yes. Grimsby Town, the first Tier 4 side since 1990 to make this stage of the competition. And what a run it's been. As you were saying earlier, Luton, Plymouth, and of course Southampton. Just some of the teams they've beaten on the way here. But at the moment, the Seagulls lead by 1-0. Dennis Undav on target in the 6th minute. Here's Gross trying to get it in behind, but March had checked. Thought he was going to go in behind. But, he didn't make the run, and it goes through the keeper. So a bit muted from the travelling supporters now after that goal has gone in. Alberto De Zerbi sat next to David Weir up in the gods here at the Amex. Picked up his 4th card, his 2nd touchline ban. Forward by Crocombe to the right touchline. Like a FT trying to head it in there, out wide. Estupinian still didn't get the ball out of play, has to retreat. Lewis Dunk takes it on his chest, hooks it back. Sanchez allows it to bounce. He's going to have to kick it. He does, and he skies it towards the touchline. Estupinian carefully watching it, but kept in play and then nodded forward. And Sanchez will now have a chance to just take his time, settle things down. 11.5 minutes played. Albion leading by 1-0. Still 0-0 between Birmingham City and Brighton and Hove Albion women. Also in the quarter-finals as well. The draw is to be made for the men's competition straight after this game, so stay with us as we bring you the details. At the moment, Albion on course to be in the hat, which I think Danny Murphy is going to draw. No Gary Lineker here at the Amex today, nursing a poorly throat, so Alex Scott presenting on the TV duties. Here's Gross. Oh, a little leave there by Undav, trying to get the return, and just caught away and clicked to the left-hand side where it's chipped up the pitch by Grimsby Town. Oh, sent long there by Lewis Duncan. Sanchez is out of his area. He's had to go back into his 6-yard box, but calmly takes it back to his left-hand side. That could have been embarrassing.
Oh yeah,
he didn't look, did he?
Didn't look. Well, he really looks, does he? Lewis Dunk.
He apologises there too, Sanchez. Sanchez playing the high line at the back, and Dunk thumped it very hard indeed.
Just going before that little pass to the play, Johnny, from Undav with a little dummy. McAllister has to sorry, not McAllister. Ferguson has to do better his layoff.
Yeah, because he made the run forward, didn't he, Undav? He tried to get to the second ball, found a foul there by Undav, the German penalised there by Jared Gillett. So a free kick for Grimsby Town deep inside their own half. I mean, I like Ndav. He's something different, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's not really had much of an opportunity in the Premier League, has he? So these are important games for him, and of course he could have possibly potentially gone out on loan, but he stayed at the club. And he's done well. He's got the goal that separates the two sides so far. Crocombe, the keeper, with the free kick. Off to the far side. Downward header towards the edge of the Albion box. And it was a good one there by Michi Efeti.
Yeah, he looks like a danger. He's good in the air, isn't he?
Yeah, I like it. He's really giving it a go, isn't he?
It's powerful.
Yeah. Strong player playing at right back. There's been a goal at the Emirates. Arsenal leading Crystal Palace by 1-0. Gabriel Martinelli has got it. So the Premier League leaders in front against managerless Crystal Palace. Patrick Vieira done for after that 1-0 defeat by the Seagulls on Wednesday night. Here's a Stupinian on halfway to the right. First a dunk, now on to Webster. Caicedo threading it through to Gross down the right channel. Two runners in the middle. Gross drilling it low along the ground. Took a deflection off the defender to go back to the keeper. Again, that little dummy run there was in there, but the driven ball along the ground was spotted there by one of the Grimsby Town defenders.
And then patience, wasn't it? Good build-up. Final pass, isn't it?
Needs to be executed with precision, no matter what the opposition. Forward now by Andy Smith. Dunk, heading that to a Stupinian. And then back to Webster. And now maybe Albion can build. Gross with the chance to jog up the pitch. Unchallenged so far. Utilises Caicedo. Even Danilo Orsi coming back there. There's been a goal at Birmingham. Albion's women lead by 1-0. Poppy Pattinson has got it. 28 minutes on the clock. Both Albion's men and women leading by 1-0 in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup.
The Toma there, there's a little come short and went long. Poor ball from Escupion.
The response from the Grimsby fans behind that goal. There's all sorts of fancy dress. As it goes forward now by Crocombe. Up comes Webster. Heads it into the ground. Finds Webster. Really got it under control, and Luke Waterfall got the better of him there. Now through the middle. Grimsby with a chance to break here. Chip to the left-hand side. Gross covers across. Trying to get as close as possible to Glennon. Back into the middle. Khan trying to play it back inside his own half. Maybe Grimsby try and get a few passes together, string a few things and build a bit of confidence. Smith, right-footed along the ground, nice lay off to the wide side. FT, backed again. Chance for an early cross. Good blocking there on the left-hand side by Pervis Estupinian. And the first corner goes to Grimsby Town.
No, I don't think it's gone for Connor. I think it's gone for a throw-in, Johnny.
Is it? I think spun so. By the corner flag?
Yeah. They think it's a corner.
Well, they'll be disappointed with that, because that may be. So one thing I would say is they've got quite tall centre-backs, haven't they? We've seen FT good in the air.
Let's just give it for a corner.
Yeah, I think he might have done. That looked to be the initial decision, but Marr is going to go across to take it, I think. Or is it? No? Oh, it's going to be the long throw.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Niall Marr with a few to pick out. Smith's gone towards the near post, just in front of Sanchez. Looped in, the throw comes forward. Out comes Lewis Dunk to meet it. Good distance. Undav backing into his man pretty well and wins the free kick. Referee was going to play advantage, but then blows his whistle. Good play that there by Dennis Undav.
I think initially good play from Lewis Dunk there, taking command.
Yeah.
Went through a few players. You just need to liven it up now, Luke.
Well, I said that was the only danger when you get an early goal. Yes, you can sort of set it as a platform to go forward, but also sometimes it can just hold you down, and that's frustrating. But Albion do lead by 1-0 here on BBC Radio Sussex. 17 minutes gone. International week coming up, so no live football. We return, of course, for the visit of Brentford, and what a key game that is in the Premier League. Join us for that one on, yes, April the 1st. Here's Webster, just drifting into Grimsby territory. Wide to March. Option to go first time, but he's spotted a little bit of a gap. Caicedo in there, Undav tried to turn it around the corner, but he got to the return ball and then backed into his man to commit the foul.
I'm not perfectionist, Johnny, but the ball's into the two strikers at the moment. It's not working. It's not sticking. And when they try to flick, it's not working. I think the manager will be disappointed. And that's okay. We're finding it hard to break this down. It is a 5-4 situation and one up front. But once you break that lines, you need to have a bit of more quality than we have so far.
Former Seagulls striker and FA Cup semi-finalist Warren Aspinall with us here on BBC Radio Sussex. Webster putting that one out of play. Well, we know they're a danger. They've scored 15 goals in this competition from the first round proper. That's the highest alongside Wrexham. Second goal for Albion. Danielle Carter from the penalty spot has made it 2-0 for the women. Can Albion's men make it 2-0 here at the Amex? Grimsby on the attack down the right. Efferty goes to get it, but it's gone out of play, and it will be a flag. Yeah, Wrexham and Grimsby both with 15 goals in the competition. Mind you, Man City might go past that after their crushing win against runaway leaders of the Championship Burnley yesterday. And of course Manchester United against Fulham to come from 4:30, coverage across the BBC. Here's Estupinian. No real option as an alternative left back really. Gross has slotted in on the right for Veltman, one of 4 changes made by Roberto De Zerbi, but Estupinian a constant and consistently good as well this season. He's on the ball again now, trying to look to go through the middle. Ferguson was trying to jig away from his marker. He does now, but forward there comes the left centre-back Mar. He needs to move him around if he can. Oh, that's poor control there by Pascal Gross. Has given it to Grimsby. He'll work it to Glennon on this near side. Plays it back into the middle. Khan can get away from Undav. Undav makes the challenge. Caicedo bouncing off Orsi. Now Webster. When they do just initially attack, if you can win it back, that's the time to hit them, isn't it, really?
Well, it is, isn't it? But just slack at the moment, I think, Johnny, isn't it? That's why the crowd are quiet.
Yes. Yeah, you do sense that. It is usually a different crowd. You don't get necessarily quite so many season ticket holders and a few opportunity for a few different people to watch the Seagulls in action. I'm not quite sure whether it was a sellout actually in the end. I think they were hoping so. Not quite on Friday. Got all the tickets sold.
Very congested, isn't it?
Yeah, the central third of the pitch. That's Webster now thinking about trying to go through the middle, but he's gone on one of those sort of weaving runs. Powers it across there to McAllister. His first touch for a long while. Maybe getting more on the ball. You provide that quality in the attacking third. Caicedo exchanging passes with Estupinian. Mitoma, hardly heard his name. But now in it goes to Gross. Gross's touch was another poor one, but Caicedo trying to tidy up. And again, it looks like he is the person most likely really to give Albion the impetus. And they've got it down the right to March. March backs away, rolls it comfortably back there to Gross, who shifts in field. Need to get McAllister and Mitoma more on the ball if they can.
And Mitoma's just not even touching the ball, is he?
They're not really giving it to him either, and just maybe giving him an opportunity to have a go at Efferty. Here is Mitoma, goes back to Estupinian. Hasn't been that positive, but here's McAllister, chance to get it forward now to Mitoma. Now he breaks, now he gets to the line, across the face of goal, and it's hooked away to deny Solly March at the back post. Pascal Gross felt he was fouled in the middle.
Yeah, it looks like he's been fouled as well. VAR, look at it.
Well, the referee does have his hand to his ear.
I'm having a look. Look at him, he's got his arms all around him.
Well, it'll be an interesting decision to be made here by Michael Salisbury, who's having a quick look. It was a good ball across the face of goal. Didn't see it from that replay, so we may have to wait, but check says no foul.
But Solly March has to be at the back post and just for tapping.
Yeah, all the same. Something's just been thrown onto the pitch there, close to Solly March. Hopefully nothing too dangerous. But a corner for the Albion, their first of the game, coming midway through this first half. They lead by 1-0. Dunk is on the goal line. The referee just taking a inflatable football and putting it there. It's taking the air out of it as well, so it doesn't roll back on the pitch too. Stick it behind the goal, come on, Jared Gillett. Well, there's a few things being thrown now. I can see another one over on the far side there. Let's hope that doesn't continue and stop play because Albion have an opportunity here. Gross is going to take it from the right, in front of the travelling Grimsby supporters. Can he find some decent quality? He curls it in there, big leap from Webster, but it was too early, headed away. Estupinian's first touch let him down, chance for Clifton to break. Estupinian slides in with the challenge. The ball goes out of play. As you say, just very untidy at the moment, Warren.
Yeah, it is. It's. I don't think the manager will be too happy with this, if I'm honest, Johnny. I know we're 1-0 up, but the way we're trying to play is suck them on. They're not interested, Johnny. They might be interested if it goes 2-0 down to come out, but at the moment they're still in the game, aren't they?
They certainly are. And a header forward by Khan, trying to find his teammate there on the right, but he's an offside. On that occasion, Clifton had just roamed a bit too far forward. Yeah, I think Paul Hurst will be relatively happy with things so far, and he does have reinforcements on the bench as well. McAtee. So Albion leading by a goal to nil. The women 2-0 up at Birmingham City. Dunk now. Just rolling it forward. The Stupidian has seen a lot of the ball, but not really had any avenues to pursue, really. Centre backs need to be more creative, because they're going to see a lot of the ball. But now March has got it wide to Pascal Gross. Comes back to Adam Webster. Now using Gross again. Gross wide to March. March, chance to attack from the right flank. Onto his left foot. Curls it in there. Glancing header from Undav straight at the keeper. That's better.
If they just get the ball out wide and let Selly March run it one-on-one with his full-back on the other side, Matoma. We've seen them now. Both get at the full-backs. Both get beyond them and get crosses into the box. It's about getting on the end of them now and putting the ball in the back of the net.
Yes, and pushing on. Grimsby, who do seem to like playing away from home. They've won 4 and lost 2 of their last 6 away, so unbeaten in 6 on their travels, which is excellent. And they come into this one on the back of 2 1-0 wins, so they do have that confidence. And the longer the game goes on and it doesn't get away from them, they'll feel they might have a chance. But here's March attacking again, once more down the right, trying to get ahead of Marr turning him to the outside. March just inviting in the challenge and wins a throw for the Seagulls. And a little bit more urgency, a little bit more impetus to maybe go and get the second goal. That throw there by Gross is missed by the defender, and March latches onto it. Right side, just by the right corner of the penalty area. Little short pass to Caicedo, whips it into McAllister. He goes back to Lewis Dunk. They're trying to work them around the edge of the box, but it's so tight in there. So many bodies. McAllister now trying to shove his way through. Lost possession, tries to win it back. Stupinian helps out. Back to Dunk.
Still they want to go down the middle, aren't they?
Yeah. The one time that they went wide to Mitoma and the one time that they went to March, they created opportunities. Sort of wondering why. Maybe they're just trying to suck them all in. But that's a lovely ball to Ferguson. Was he offside? No, the flag didn't come. It's a poor touch.
He's onside. The full-back on the far side, he's played him on. Poor touch. Well onside. If you look the right back.
Yeah. It's a good run, but a poor touch. Nice pass as well from Adam Webster.
Yeah.
Pick it out.
But I mean, lack of concentration from the Grimsby defence. So, a couple of occasions which should have been punished.
Yeah, Ferguson was disappointed. He's had 2 opportunities to score in the game. One was saved, and that one never got it under control. But here's Clifton pushing it wide to Efferty. Efferty from the right powers it down the line. It's too far for his teammate to get the return, and poor old Harry Clifton had no chance to get that goal kick. 27 minutes played. Albion leading by a goal to nil. Just got to try and maybe step it up in the final 18 minutes of the first half for him.
Yeah, we need the second goal. Complex of the game changes, isn't it? Second half.
Yeah, it certainly does. A reminder, earlier today, Sheffield United beat Blackburn Rovers by 3 goals to 2. And Lewis beaten by 3 goals to 1 by Manchester United. Arsenal leading Palace by a goal to nil in the Premier League today. Another FA Cup quarter-final to come at 4:30 as Manchester United host Fulham, another team harbouring ambitions of Europe. They say though, sliding it down to the channel to Gross. Undav with his back to goal, back to Webster. Webster switches it, now Dunk moving it quickly to Estupinian. He drills it into the middle. Undav, he tried to flick on, but it turned into a pass to himself, and he's gone over to get it by the byline. Turns it back there to Mitoma. Made the best of it in the end. Mitoma just tried to poke it through to Undav. An easy block there for the Grimsby defence. Slipped by Estupinian, so it's sent high up the line, and Lewis Dunk has to go and return to get it. Brings the ball down neatly, under control, and a chance to rebuild.
Undav just can't slow down, get the ball under control.
He's tried a couple of flicks, a couple of step overs, but he does have a goal, the all-important first goal in this game so far. Albion, 76 places above their opposition, expected to win and leading at the moment. Caicedo rushed that one, and Mars got a chance to play it back to his keeper on his left foot. Broken forward now. And to the left side is Mitoma now for the Albion. One more Estupinian. Andrea Maldera just telling March to get wide on the right. And as you say, Warren, it's just about sometimes mental concentration that some players may struggle with. As Estupinian sticks it over the top, Mitoma is always curling away from him, too much on the pass. Goal kick, just a little bit forced there. Nearly 30 minutes played of this first half. Albion leading by a goal to nil.
Bit better ball, Johnny. It's on, isn't it? He sucked him in, the fullback, and he's ball watched. Ete, he's just ball watched. He's got him behind him. It's a better pass, but passes into Undav and Ferguson has to be a bit quicker. I know it's a slow build-up and trying to get one of the Grimsby players to switch off. If you move the ball quickly, you're in.
Bukayo Saka has made it Arsenal 2, Crystal Palace 0. More problems there for Albion's rivals. And they sat their manager. Arsenal really with no let-up at the moment at the top of the table. Maybe Manchester City with one eye on the Champions League this season. Of course, they've got the FA Cup as well after that thumping win. Again, Undav's touch does never got it under control. That's really poor. It's a simple pass to him, isn't it, really? Lack of concentration, I don't know, but they're the sort of things that give your opposition hope and confidence, aren't they?
Well, it does that.
Ball in behind, Lewis Dunk's left it. The striker's gone there, and Sanchez has just about managed to get that ball into his area. He had to wait a long time, and Orsi nearly timed it to perfection, but again, don't let it go over of him without making any challenge. Forward now, Mitoma straight through the middle, keeper comes out of his area to clear. He had to thump it with his foot because it was just outside.
Just going back on Undav, and his concentration there not to get it under control. He needs to be better, because one, it'll give the manager a little sniff and say, look.
Well, this is being checked because, sorry Warren, that ball does not look like it's inside the Albion penalty area.
Yeah, but he's jumped backwards, hasn't he?
And Orsi is convinced that the ball was out. There is a check, we assume, being made at the moment. So, long conversation as Michael Salisbury looks to check to see whether the ball had got into the box or not, and it has, so play will continue and a throw for the Seagulls.
I think as he picked it up and jumped his feet back.
Quite clever the way he did it, actually. But it was a bit dicey. He's had a couple of dicey moments, Robert Sanchez, both from his defence, really. Ultimately, I don't think Roberto De Zerbi will be too happy. He might be happy with the first 5 minutes, but here's Webster, angles it in. That's a better touch from Undav, trying to get away from his marker. Then feeds Gross. Gross takes a touch onto his right foot, sets it up back post. Mitoma misses at the far post. Went with his right foot rather than his left. Gross's ball to the back post. Put behind, goal kick. Chance gone.
Yeah, massive chance. Oh, goal, isn't it? Back forward. Good play from Undav, and that's what you mean. Get hold of it and let runners run off you, then we're going to do that. It's a great. He's offside, I think, anyway, Undav. Pass for Gross, maybe an offside. And then it's a miss, but he's onside. So 2 offsides from the Brighton players, but Matoma didn't know he was offside.
You've got to be sticking it away, haven't you?
Yeah, and I don't know why he's not gone with his left foot. I think he's scared of it in the post, sliding into the post.
That may be the case. But it remains 1-0 to the Seagulls. Semi-final there for the taking if they want it. They lead by a goal to nil, but it's not been convincing. That wasn't convincing from Adam Webster. He sailed through the air, totally mistimed it. Gross has to play it back to Sanchez, who chips it forward now to Estupinian. Out of his feet, Clifton trying to take it off him. He wins the throw. Came off the Ecuador international.
Do you know what, Johnny? Some sloppiness creeping in. And it starts with the strikers, sloppy, trying to get the ball under control. And there the goalkeeper, the back pass first from Pascal Gross, terrible. Why not put it at the side of the goal?
Yeah. You need to,
little things.
Yeah. I feel like there's a crucial 10 minutes of the game coming up here as Grimsby have a throw, flicked on there by Efferty. Mitoma clears, touched by Mitoma to Ferguson. Ferguson away from his man, then holds it up. Calms things down, but that does allow Grimsby to get back into position.
He turns and runs. 6 players from Grimsby got the places back.
Yeah. They don't often venture forward, but they did on that occasion. Here come Albion down the right. Gross, a little short pass to March, back to Gross again, approaching the final third, drifting from right to left. Squares it now to Lewis Dunk. Dunk on to Estupinian. Short pass into Caicedo, just marshalled back there by Kieran Green. And Caicedo wanting Dunk to come forward. Don't want to occupy too much of that space in the middle, that's the problem. Now Khan tries to break forward. Caicedo just rolling it back there to Webster. Now Gross on to March. March on the touchline. Little touch off there by Undav. It's meant for Pascal Gross, but bumping through to the keeper and never likely to find his teammate with that ball.
It's just bad centre forward play. That's what it is. It's a good job this side of pro side, John, keep giving the ball back to us. But again, you don't know what's around him.
No. I think the manager might actually want a word with his team at half-time, despite the fact that they.
I don't think he's doing any justice for himself here with his performance in this first 35 minutes.
No. I thought that goal might give him confidence.
Yeah, reward him as a starting player week in, week out.
Half-time at the Emirates. Arsenal lead Crystal Palace by 2-0. That's also the half-time scoreline up in the Midlands. Birmingham City 0, Brighton and Hove Albion within 2. Also in the FA Cup quarter-finals. Webster now trying to take it away from Orsi. Using March. March back to goal. Forced there by the left-back Glennon. And back towards halfway. Now Dunk, long diagonal ball to Mitoma. Mitoma's touch is a good one to get it under control by the left corner flag. Drives to the box. Just sliding tackle comes in, out for a corner. Grimsby thought it might have been a goal kick and come off the Japan international. But Albion have another corner this time down the left.
Wonderful pass from Lewis Dunk. I think he's getting fed up with this little bit of passing. There's a wonderful pass. Right over the top. Great first touch from Mitoma. There's one-on-one situations, and that's what you want him to be in.
Gross now. He's drifted across there. Mitoma is a short option if he wants to use that, but Webster, Ferguson and Dunk all in the middle. Little pushing and shoving on the goal line between Dunk and one of the defenders. Fired to the back post. Keeper just touches it over the top of the crossbar. Another corner. Again for the Seagulls. Crocombe just had to make sure there. It was dipping a bit. Slightly riled. It was his mistake that led to the goal as he parried a shot that fell for Dennis Undav to give the Seagulls the lead. Albion take the corner short. Gross onto his right foot. Dinks it back post. Undav leaves it. Hit by Mitoma on the volley. Sails well over the bar. You've got to provide the quality. You can't just assume it's going to happen. Try things that you wouldn't normally do. I don't think you would be doing that in a Premier League game, Warren.
No, you would have brought that down. And they keep chucking little balls on the pitch, I think. These Grimsby fans, I think they're trying to almost thrown on as Pascal Gross received the ball. But
well,
it's
one
good
thing,
decision making, Johnny.
Yeah. I just hope, because Albion have been very sort of accommodating, I would say, in terms of allowing things into the stadium, so it would be a shame for that to affect it. Crocombe chipping it to the left. Glennon under pressure from Gross. March trying to force the issue as well. Marr back again to Glennon, the left back, across the edge of his own area. Ferguson maybe could have tried to intercept that, but now McAllister tries to put pressure on Grimsby there. Through the legs of McAllister to Caicedo. Could hit it with his left foot. He does. It's just wide. He's already had one that was been saved by the keeper to be tapped in by Dennis Undab. He could have had a goal of his own just there.
Yeah, you see the Grimsby put a few players more forward, and that's what happens. The pressure, intensity from Brighton was brilliant. I think it was maybe in the corner, this.
Yeah, I think let's get McAllister. He's been pretty anonymous in the game so far.
Well, yeah, but that's where they're trying to play, aren't we? Trying to play through, trying to get him to find space. But at the moment, the two midfield players, Green and Holland, are doing quite well.
Yes, they are. Yeah, I think they'll be quite happy. I think Paul Burke will be pretty pleased with the endeavours of his team so far, despite the fact they conceded that goal. Albion haven't really created that many opportunities. Ferguson with an early shot that was saved. 2-1 at the back post, but we think it would have been chalked off for offside anyway, and that shot that went wide there by Caicedo. But I don't think the manager will be pleased with this performance so far. No. Just knowing, I don't know him, but you know, having spoken to him on, oh, there's a terrible ball by Webster, straight in there is Clifton, but they win it back through Dunk, and that's the sort of thing. Maybe you relax. They need to up their game. Maybe Mitoma can do it here on that left flank, 2 yards in from the touchline. Stupinian rolls it back there to McAllister. McAllister trying to get on the ball. Short pass back to Dunk. Dunk have to try and open things up from the central area. Webster, touch off by Caicedo to McAllister. Dink forward to Undab. Back to goal on the edge of the D. Uses Caicedo again as he fell. Now Webster into Gross. Gross not strong enough there. Marr just with a simple job of tackling him, and then the clearance comes off Solly March, spins down the line, but Gross keeps it in play. Ferguson doesn't get to it first, so Green just pumps it high into the sky. One bounce and it goes into the crowd just below us here in the West End. 5 minutes remaining then of this first period here on BBC Radio Sussex. This FA Cup quarter-final, and Albion with a slender 1-goal lead at the moment.
It is slender, John, but it's all Brighton, isn't it?
It is. I mean, Grimsby will be hoping to make it through to half-time with the same scoreline, I would have thought. Stay in the game. Albion desperate to try and find another opening that will lead to a goal. Here's Ferguson. Nice little ball there to McAllister. Down the left side is Mitoma. Paul waiting for the cross. Comes for Gross. He hits it, and he hits it over the bar. Maybe leaning slightly back on his left foot. Curling. Crocombe didn't need to make the save. Still 1-0.
And then got the ball wide. Mitoma running in. And they just picks the player out. It's a lovely pass. 14 yards out. It's a bit better quality, Johnny, don't you think of goal? Yeah, it's a massive chance. No matter who you're playing against, does it? If it's Man City or it's Grimsby Town, you have to hit the back of the net. Them chances don't come around very often.
Goal kick taken by Crocombe. Getting good distance on that, but Webster comes forward to chest it onto Caicedo. He never got the ball under control, and his pass is picked up by Glennon. Glennon trying to get it behind Pascal Gross, but his header finds Moises Caicedo. Calls for handball. Referee didn't spot it. Didn't show any advantage, so Caicedo trying to chip it over the top to Estupinian. Blocked there, and Orsi has it, trying to work it into the right wing position. Clifton gives chase, but Estupinian the favourite to get there first. Live FA Cup football for you on your BBC local radio station. Don't forget, reaction to come in the breakfast show with Alison Ferns from 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, and of course on the BBC Sport website. Here's Dennis Undab chasing down the right, goes wide to March. March right side of the box, onto his left foot, back onto his right, then the cross deflected near post. Comfortable there, and Crocombe really just let it come into his chest. It's a belated run by McAllister. Just wonder whether Solly March needs to ping that ball in first time. A couple of times he's jumped back onto his right foot and the cross hasn't been good enough.
Yeah, but after these players, Brighton players, Johnny, one, I think going through the motions, I think that it's too easy. And if you don't punish these teams, it could bite you on the backside later on in the game. we've had opportunities to punish them,
Yeah.
but the decision making in the final third has been very poor.
And actually, you know, when you're in this sort of situation, you're just looking at, you know, all they need is one chance, don't they? And you get a big decision maybe. No, Sanchez hasn't really had to make a save, but at the same time, the longer the game goes on, there'll always be an opportunity for Grimsby. But here's Mitoma. 2 minutes of normal time remaining. McAllister, 10 yards inside the Grimsby half.
I'm really honest with you, I think Casido's struggling a little bit, I think. Injury, maybe.
Maybe. He did go down earlier. Here's Gross going down the right side by the corner flag. Wins the throw. No, it's not gone out. March powers it in there to Undav. March now using Gross. Caicedo linking it up, but he sent that behind the German, who has to stretch to keep it in.
Sloppy.
Yeah. I mean, he apologises, it's just got to be better, hasn't it, really? No major pressure. As Dunk goes straight through the middle. Ferguson holding it up with a couple of touches. Penalty was brought down. No foul, says the referee. Albion win it back again on the left flank through Kaoru Mitoma.
But again, it's into Ferguson's feet. Needs to be stronger.
Yeah.
It's just been sloppy all over the pitch for me.
It's not a bad ball from Lewis Dunk. He's probably the only one, really, whose passing has been exemplary, really. Same can't be said for a few of the players. There's Estupiñán down the left channel as March tries to switch sides.
How many times has he tried that now, Estupiñán? The ball over the top or down the sides, and he's overhit it 3 times on my reckoning.
It's not really worked on any occasion. But,
it's okay we're winning, Johnny, but these fans, the standards they've set, these players, you can't be happy. The manager can't be happy with that first half performance.
No.
Yes, you're going to dictate matters, possession and things, but it's
yeah, as you say, Lover's opportunity. There won't be too much time to be added on at the break. There's a strong challenge there on Kaoru Mitoma, who goes down from behind by Ichi Efeti. Just the 1 minute then to be added on. And a free kick for the Seagulls. Plenty of Albion fans have decided they'll go and get themselves a drink. There's a ball forward there to Mitoma, bursting into the box, gets the edge of the area, tees it up. March swipes at it, misses it completely, and then it's clear because Ferguson never got it under control. Now Grimsby try and break, getting it to the right touchline. Clifton keeping it in. 2 players up ahead of him. Options up the top of the pitch here for Grimsby, but they've gone back towards halfway. Albion trying to get back into position, and they're stripping down, heads clear. But again, probably Mitoma should have pulled the trigger, Warren.
Yeah, of course. Decision making, final thirds and poor.
Maybe they can make it count with maybe the last strike of the first half. March, a little bit ponderous. Short pass now to Gross.
I can mock Solly March there, Johnny. Too easy.
Half-time whistle blows. The Seagulls leading by a 1-0, courtesy of a tap-in from Dennis Undav after a shot that was pushed away by the keeper Crocombe. But actually, they could have had other opportunities. Ferguson had a shot saved early on. March's cross had Undav's header that went wide. Mitoma had a volley that went over the top, but there's been a lack of quality in terms of the passing and an inability of the Albion to break down this Grimsby Town side. Visitors, no real attacks of any note. The only opportunity really came when Lewis Dunk powered the ball over the top of Sanchez's head, who had to chase back towards his own goal. Half-time, they may lead, but I don't think Roberto De Zerbi will be happy with that first 45 minutes.
No, not great start, get the early goal and you think you kick on. 1, 2, 3, maybe 4-0 before half-time, but bad half chances. Decision making in the final third has been very poor. Yes, the build-up been slow, we've been patient, but we have got opportunities to hurt them. If you look at the stats, 77% possession, close to nothing really. 405 passes against 119. It's little titty patties. Chances, really, we have to do better.
Will he change it, Warren, or will he just say to that lot, come on, this, I need better, I need you to do this, I need you to do that, and I need you to go and get some more goals?
Well, you need to do more goals on each. Do we want to scrape through a 1-0 win against the Winter Town? Not really, no. It's great, we're good, because people will be saying, what you want about Warren, because we're through to the semi-final. Yes, we're through to the semi-final, and we should be playing against this lot. if I'm really honest, I could be playing against this lot at the moment. This full back here, on down this left hand side,
Glennon.
He's had it easy, Solly March. He keeps cutting back onto his left foot, shapes to shoot, then he goes back onto his right foot, it's his weaker foot. Get the ball in that corridor behind the goal, so my two strikers can go and attack it. We're trying to walk it in. We're not that good yet to walk things in.
No matter the opposition. Well, Wolverhampton Warren in the second half, a little bit of work to be done, but they do lead at the break here at the Amex, half time. Brighton and Hove Albion 1, Grimsby Town 0.
Thanks to Johnny and Warren. Full second commentary coming up here on BBC Radio Sussex and, of course, on the BBC Sport website. UK only, but it's available wherever you are in the country this afternoon. Great stuff. So far, so good. As he said, not particularly strong performance, but a 1-goal lead. We will be getting reaction to heartbreak in the end, but perhaps expected. Lewis women out in their quarter-final. First ever time they've reached the last 8, but they were beaten 3-1 at home by Manchester United. We'll hear from the goal scorer, Emily Craft, to come. And I can tell you great news for the Albion women. They lead 2-0 up at Birmingham in the second of the 4 quarter-finals. So the Albion women on their way at the moment through to the semi-finals. The men are as well. It's a little nervy, but so far so good.
The Alison Ferns Breakfast Show.
Every day at breakfast, we talk about the issues close to you.
I can't believe that I've had to go through what I had to go through.
We explore local matters.
People should get rid of their own rubbish, go over the local tip. No reason why you can't.
Hold people to account.
We've set aside a fund of £50 million.
With the latest weather forecast.
Turning quite cloudy overnight as our next weather front arrives.
Travel you trust every 15 minutes.
Traffic is backing up right down to the Brighton direction.
And we'll put a smile on your face.
And I love that dirty laugh of yours.
I don't know what laugh you mean. I don't know what you're talking about.
Alison Ferns.
Weekdays from 6.
BBC Radio Sussex.
Yes, Tim Darren's in the chair. Good afternoon. So far, so good for the Albion, leading by 1-0. Dennis Undav scoring after just 6 minutes. They lead Grimsby Town of League 2, but Roberta De Zerbi could well be throwing a couple of teacups or even an inflatable haddock around the dressing room. They are not playing brilliantly. They've had a couple of opportunities alongside the goal. But so far, it's good enough. What are your thoughts? Text us 81333. Start your text with the word radio. Text 81333. Start that text with the word radio. Then your thoughts on that first half. You can WhatsApp us for free. 08000 321 333. 08000 321 333. Again, start the message with the word radio and your thoughts. And we will have Warren with us between 4 and 4:30, rounding up today's action. And if possible, if they're through, I should say, we'll have the semi-final draw ahead of Man United against Fulham. Already today, then, in the Cup. Great drama. Sheffield United coming from a goal down to beat to win 3-2 in their tie. They beat Blackburn at home. Man City winning yesterday. So the first semi-finalists yesterday, Man City. Sheffield United of the Championship are in the pot as well. At the moment, Brighton are halfway there. And then at 4:30 is Manchester United against Fulham. In the women's competition, Championship Lewis have had a great season. They almost reached the quarter-final at home to Man City in the League Cup. They were pipped in their final game. They got to the FA Cup quarter-final for the first time ever today, but were beaten 3-1 by Manchester United. Watching was Ashley Adamson-Edwards.
And that is full time here at the Dripping Pan. Lewis 1, Manchester United 3. Despite the scoreline, it's been a fantastic day here for Lewis. A record attendance of 2,800 for the Rooks, and what an atmosphere they created. The FA Cup dream may be over, but they've made history by getting to this first ever quarter final already, and they've certainly stood up to the WSL title chasers. Emily Craft's sublime effort may just be a consolation goal, but they fought to the very end, and goalkeeper Sophie Whitehouse with a player of the match performance. It's been a proud day for these Lewis fans that turned out in their numbers, but the full-time score here at the Dripping Pan is Lewis 1, Manchester United 3.
Thank you, Ashley. He spoke to the goal scorer for Lewis, Emily Craft, afterwards.
Emily, a huge day for Lewis here, unfortunately at the FA Cup, but what did it feel like? Such a big day for your club here.
I feel like, summing it up, it's just massively proud of the team, of the performance, to create an atmosphere like we had this game. Just massively proud.
And might be named the best goalkeeper in the world, but she wasn't stopping that strike into the top right corner, was she?
I feel like it's a nice feeling, especially to score against her. But all in all, it's a goal, and if I can help my team get up one goal, then I'll take that.
Was there a moment when you were 2-1 behind, when the crowd were cheering, you were pressing at Manchester United defence? Did you feel like maybe we can get back into this game?
Oh, of course. I feel like every game, you just need a bit of magic, you just need a bit of luck. And managing to get a 2-1, nothing's impossible, is there?
And there's been a record attendance here. Just how proud are you to be in front of this fans, and how brilliant it has been for such a great turnout?
I feel like this is Lewis. This just shows what we can do, what we can create, how the fans stand behind us, and what a family we are and what an environment we can create. So yeah, just massively proud and honoured.
Yeah, well done to Lewis. Emily Craft getting a goal she'll never forget against Manchester United, second in the WSL. Lewis mid-table in the Championship, so a really decent effort, beaten just 3-1 at home this afternoon. Brighton Hove Albion, Poppy Patterson scoring straight from a corner just on the half hour, and then Danielle Carter 6 minutes later from the penalty spot. So they lead 2-0 at Championship Birmingham, a side who beat them in the League Cup when Hope Powell was still in charge. Then Hope Powell left, Amy Merrickx took charge, did pretty well, but they brought in Jens Scheuer, the coach, of course, from Germany. Things didn't work out for him. He went after 6 games. Amy Merrickx back in charge, and the Albion on their way to a second FA Cup semi-final since 2021, when she and Hope took them to Arsenal, or to face Arsenal, and they were beaten eventually 3-0. But it would be great if they're in the hat for the semi-finals. Talking of Arsenal, the men 2-0 up at home to Crystal Palace in the Men's Premier League. Martinelli and Saka with the goals there. Well, we mentioned in the commentary about Solly March playing today. He scored his first ever goal for the club in the Premier League. In the FA Cup. I think it's at Port Vale. MK Dons it might be. Anyway, local Albion player March with that goal has capped off this week with getting a new deal. Yep, so he's been in the team some 10 years. He scored 7 goals in the Premier League this season. He's been given a deal until the summer of 2026. An option of another year as well. He's been talking to our Albion commentator, Johnny Cantor.
Solly, a new contract, how does that change your mindset? Does it put you at ease? Does it make you feel more confident? How does it change your feeling about playing at the moment?
It's obviously nice to have that security and those years, I guess, guaranteed to be at the club. But yeah, obviously, still I want to push on and hopefully push this club to bigger and better things. That's what we want, and that's the aim. So yeah, hopefully I can keep doing what I'm doing for those years and hopefully longer. Yeah, but I think that's the aim, to get the club to bigger and better things in those times.
Because I guess it helps. You can want to sign contracts when things are going so well, and they couldn't really be going much better, could they?
No, yeah. I mean, it's a good time. I think. Yeah, like you say, it's never been as good as this for me. It's probably been the best time in my career for sure. So I've just got to make the most of it and just keep this run going. And yeah, I think it's a great time to sign the contract for me, my family, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the next 4 years.
You played over 250 times for the club. Are you the sort of person that looks at those sorts of milestones, or do you just focus on the short term? What kind of player are you from that respect?
Yeah, it's always on your mind. Like, you want to. I think Dunkey's played 400 now, so it'd be nice to catch Dunkey, of course, get those sort of numbers. That'd be a great achievement for me. I'm not sure what it is now, maybe 260-ish maybe, yeah, but still a long way to go. And yeah, I've just got to keep working hard and make sure I'm training hard every day, looking after my body, and yeah, that's the main thing. Just hopefully I can look after my body and go for as long as I can.
We've mentioned sometimes about the sort of ups and downs. In a way, do you think that's helped you? Because, I mean, I remember that time when you hurt your knee. That was obviously quite distressing at the time. But do you think you've come out of it a stronger person as well as a player?
Yeah, I think those times do make you stronger. Obviously, in the moment, it's tough, it's lonely, it's hard being injured for a year at a time or whatever it is. But yeah, I think mentally it makes you stronger in the long run and makes you, I guess, be able to bounce back from setbacks easier and I guess better in a way. And yeah, bouncing back from setbacks is, I think, what I've done well, and yeah, I just want to keep this going.
I think in terms of you having an exceptional season, the goals are coming in. You even got one awarded at the weekend and one in midweek as well. It couldn't really be going much better, could it, in terms of that? Is this a tactical thing, the way that Roberto's playing, maybe with more for you, maybe more one-on-one situations in attacking positions, maybe compared to previous times when playing in different positions, obviously, as well?
Yeah, I think it maybe tactically is helping me. I think the team, the way we play, it's set up for the wide players getting in 1v1 positions and trying to do something. So I think me and Karua are playing well, and I think that's a credit to the gaffer, getting us in good positions and the rest of the team as well for playing through the press and getting us on 1v1. So yeah, I think tactically and mentally it's probably the best I've ever been felt. So yeah, I think that is a big part to the gaffer.
Do you feel more comfortable in front of goal?
Yeah, I think, I guess I always said once one comes, more will, and it seems to have been that way. So yeah, like I said, nothing technically has changed. I've not been doing anything differently. It's just more of a mental thing, I guess, and getting in those positions, and the more shots you have, the better positions you're in, the more you're going to score. So I think that's a big thing I just need to keep doing.
Because you've been playing so well, obviously there was talk about a potential England call-up. How did you feel about that? And obviously not making it, it's difficult, isn't it? It's so competitive. But how did you react to that news?
Yeah, I think it's always going to be. I wasn't expecting to be in, so it's not a disappointment. I guess it's motivation to try and score 7 more goals before now and the end of the season and try and put more pressure to get into that squad. I think that's the aim. I know it's still going to be tough. There's so many good players in the squad in attacking positions, but yeah, if I keep doing what I'm doing and try and score more goals between now and the season, and as a team as well, if the better, higher position we're in the league, it's going to help us. So yeah, that's all I can do, and just keep doing what I'm doing.
And what about some of your teammates? You mentioned Lewis Dunk earlier. He didn't make it into the squad. Even Levi Colwell, who's been in the England setup, because you played England under 21s as well. Levi's done the same, but has yet to make that step.
Yeah, I think Dunky for sure. I think he should be in the squad. You play against these players every week, and you can see the composure he's got, especially against the game against Palace. You see the composure he's got, getting the ball back to the keeper from chesting the ball down in tight areas. I think he should be in the squad, and I think everyone at the club thinks that. But yeah, it's not down to us. So yeah, I think he just does what he does now, and who knows? He's still got a chance to get there.
I know he wants to lead this team to success. I'm sure you want to be a part of it, and you've been such a crucial person for those big moments, haven't you? In terms of that promotion day, the elation of that, but also right throughout your whole tenure at the club.
Yeah, I think it means a bit more to me and Dunky. The time we've been here and the positions we've been in low in the Championship, I don't think no one here has experienced that where we have, and even Dunky playing in League One at the Withdean. Maybe it gives us that extra motivation to see this club into Europe. Obviously, that's the aim. It's going to be tough, but yeah, I think being in some of those moments where we have been, it'll mean that a little bit more, and maybe we've got that little bit more passion with the club in our hearts, really. So yeah, I think for us, we're going to do everything we can. It's going to be the best chance we've ever had to get there. So hopefully we can make use of it. And I think if we keep doing what we're doing, I don't see why we can't.
The voice of Solly March, who signed a new deal this week. He hasn't scored in this match. Dennis Undav has. Albion leading by 1-0. We're back there in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. A reminder then elsewhere, Lewis out of the FA Cup, knocked out by Man United, the women 3-1. Brighton's women leading 2-0 at half-time. But the men, so far, so good. They are leading by 1-0. And we've had this message through. Too pedestrian, too narrow. We need to get it to Matoma and March quicker for more goals. They've hardly had a pass. Come on, Laz, says Chizo. Let's go back to Warren Aspinall alongside Johnny Cantor, back at the Amex.
Thanks very much, Tim. Yeah, changes afoot here for the visitors. There might be one for the Albion as well, because Levi Colwell's been going through quite a vigorous warm-up, but it looks like McAtee and Hunt are going to come on for Grimsby Town. We'll see whether Colwell doesn't look like maybe he is coming on. We'll have to see whether that will happen a little bit later in the game. But in terms of Grimsby, maybe a bit more of an attacking threat with McAtee coming on. Didn't do brilliantly against Southampton, but he starts. We'll just get confirmation if Simon Hooper can actually sort his board out. Now here comes Levi Colwell. So he looks like he's coming on at left back for Estupinian. So Colwell at the slightly different position. Hunt and McAtee on. I'm trying to think whether it looks like Orsi has come off. Trying to look at the other change. It looks like Khan has stayed out there. But this will be an interesting test for Albion's defence as another ball gets booted across the pitch, so there'll be a slight delay before we get underway, but it will be the visitors to kick us off in this second half. They're tackling their travelling supporters who've come in good numbers. And it goes to the touchline and straight out of play. So Albion with One change then, Stupinian replaced by Colwill, Sanchez in goal, Gross, Webster, Dunk completing the back four, March, Mitoma, McAllister and Caicedo with Undav just behind Evan Ferguson. Undav's goal separating the two sides. It looks like the other player to go off is Green, who have done pretty well. The central two midfielders, I thought, for Grimsby. Looks like a slight change in formation. We'll get Warren's thoughts on that in just a second. As Mitoma receives it on the near side into McAllister, shifting it through to Undav. It looked like he might have been offside, but no flag went up, and Grimsby clear anyway as McAtee tries to take on Lewis Dunk. And the ball had gone out of play for a throw.
Substitution for the Albion coming off. Purpose Stupinian, number 30, coming on.
So
Colwell, number
confirmation
6.
there of the Albion change. Commiserations to Lewis going out of the FA Cup, but a brilliant effort against Manchester United at the Dripping Pan.
Grimsby Town coming off, number 10, John McAtee, and number 16, Alex Hunt.
Confirmation there of the changes for Grimsby. So Albion trying to find a bit of intensity, Warren, in the early stages of the second half.
That's what we want, isn't it?
A bit more directness, but that's direct from Mitoma. It finds Ferguson. It was intended for McAllister. He returns it back to Colwill. That's the passing. It's the words that have been used to me at half-time: sloppy, careless, imprecise. Just some of the words. But we mustn't forget they are leading. But expectations are such that they're expecting it a little bit more. Flipping it away, and Glennon clears to the left side for Grimsby. Now Webster trying to force her out of play and push back there. Otis Khan it is. Sees the throw. I think Paul Hurst will be pretty happy, Warren, won't he?
Oh, of course. Only 1-0 down. Okay, not seeing much of the ball, but
well, you wouldn't expect to, would you? Yeah.
Still in the game, aren't they? That's for sure.
Yeah. Did a very good job at Rotherham. As Colwell stuck in there, and it's 2-on-2 here for Grimsby. Reverse ball is cut out by Webster. Probably the wrong option there from the substitute. That was a chance. Good position. Here's Caicedo onto Undav. Maybe Albion can make them pay because they've got players up the pitch. Gross has it now. Pushes it wide to March. March on the right touchline. Coming in field. Goes towards the byline. Puts in the cross, deflected. And it hits the side of the post. And it's whacked over the bar by Undav from 6 yards out. On the volley. Nearly went out of the stadium.
So far, we've got a bit of luck with the cross. Solly March deflected. Hit the post, far post. It's fell to Undav. He can't keep missing his chances. Like, what are we doing?
I mean, the defender comes towards him. I think it's Waterfall who got there in the end, but really got to be better. He got right underneath it.
Shocking.
He scored the goal, but he hasn't, since that goal, he hasn't had a great performance. There's Undav. Here's Everty. And there goes McAllister out for a throw. Caldera says it's our throw, and he's right.
Good tempo though, started the second half. To get one in the second half, you can get an apple. That gives you confidence, doesn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Grimsby done so well in this competition. To the 5th round for the first time since 1939. They did have a period where they did do pretty well. Just back in the 29-30 season when Albion did play Grimsby in the FA Cup, but that was in the 3rd round. On that occasion Albion won the replay. There won't be a replay here. Here's Mitoma teeing up, edge of the box, always falling backwards there. Caicedo as he hit it, and it goes well wide. You see the opportunities racking up, but not really the quality. It really looked like he was going to score from there. And once again, one of the defenders, this time Smith, came out to force him into a rather hurried shot. So 4.5 minutes played of the second half. BBC Radio Sussex with FA Cup commentary for you. And Albion 1-0 up. Colwell's header into the middle. Undav the goal scorer. Now McAllister calmly playing it back to Caicedo. First time ball from Gross is a good one. Undav tries to push it wide. March, edge of the area. Back in field. Undav shifting it to Caicedo, but suddenly Grimsby get behind the ball. Not working quicker at Warren, more decisive. don't seem to have the confidence to just sort of go on. Now it's into Undab. He lays it off to McAllister. Can he do something here? Trying to curl it in. Nice turn and a nice finish from Evan Ferguson to double Albion's lead. Plucked it out of the air with one foot, stroked it home with the other. Albion 2, Grimsby 0.
A wonderful finish, but I don't think the intentional ball was for himself. I think he was trying to play the far player. I think it was Pascal Gross who made a running behind the defender. It's a lovely touch. It's a lovely finish. 2-0. Now let's kick on. We missed 2 chances there. Over the bar from Undab, 49th minute. Casino missed a target when he should hit the target, made the goalkeeper save, 49. Third time we score. So if you watch the lovely late layoff, I think he's aiming for the far player.
Yeah, I think he's aiming for Gross, but he brooks it down nicely with his left foot, scores with his right. Real composure there for Evan Ferguson. And hopefully that will give them the clear water they require. But no hint of offside either as well. Oh, when they scored at pretty much the exact same point in the first half, then they got a bit complacent. They don't want to do that again in this second half, because here comes Grimsby with Glennon, needing to go for it. Good curling cross, and it's taken there by Sanchez at his near post.
You can see now, what are you holding on to it, Sanchez, for? Get it out your hands and move it forward quickly. There's about 4 or 5 Grimsby players there.
Yeah. Don't slow it down, keep it moving, keep it flowing. Go for more. Here's Colwell from the left, pushing on down the line. Very good ground. Now he curls in the ball to Matoma, got it out of his feet, spinning there. Oh, I don't know what quite he was thinking there. Hooked it towards goal and it went straight to the keeper, but I'm not sure it was a cross or a shot, really.
Well, I think he's got Ricky, then he's rushed it, hasn't he?
Yeah, there's no need to rush it, really. Well, hopefully that will give Ferguson a bit more confidence, because his touch had let him down in the first half, but you've got to say what he is. He's very willing, isn't he? Doesn't seem to let things affect him. And Undav's won it there on the edge of the box. Poor pass, tees it up for a Caicedo, takes a touch, slides it in there, it's behind Gross. Why didn't just go for goal, I don't know, but now March tries to put it back in field. Cleared again, McAllister slips as he tries to get the pass back to Colwell. Over to Khan for Grimsby, into the centre circle, squares it. Matoma trying to win it back, but they've worked it to Clifton. This is better play here from Grimsby. Bit of attacking intent as they have to come forward. Efforty on the outside. Boundless amounts of energy he's got. Using Khan again, right side of the box. Twists away from Matoma. Comes back there for Smith. Smith now roll forward to the edge of the area. Now we've got a bit lucky there, because McAllister's ball hit McAllister. Here's Undab sending it over the top. Powers it about 30 yards ahead of Ferguson. It's a
terrible decision making again. Solly March, possible easy pass on to him. Not to force it.
When they're panicking in possession, Warren, it is quite perplexing at times.
Not to be so precise with the passing.
I have to say, Warren, a couple of attacks that Grimsby have had in this second half, you wonder whether maybe if they had gone for it a little bit more in that first half, they might have conjured up an opportunity. Yeah. Here's Efferty trying to hook it down the line with the outside of his right boot, but it's drifted out of play for a Seagulls throw. So 2-0 Albion lead.
Need to keep pressing, Johnny. Yeah. Get the ball moving. They're going to come out now, aren't they? That's for sure.
Just to say, Palace have pulled one back against Arsenal. Jeffrey Schlupp, so it's now 3-1 to the Premier League leaders. Reminder, the draw coming up after full time from here at the Amex. Shouldn't take too long. Here's Gross. City through. Sheffield United through. Albion look like they're going through. Here's March on the right. Goes towards the byline. Feeds it in. Took a deflection. Loops up back post. Efferty with the header clear. Defender treads on the ball. McAllister wins it back. Matoma recycles. Uses Colwell. Matoma again with a chance to push into the box onto the left, onto his right foot. Goes along the ground. It's just wide. Didn't go for power there. Tries to just curl it around Crocombe with just the wrong side of the post. Still 2-0.
Yeah, it's lovely play from Matoma. Just the end product. Driving at his full back there. He shows him inside. Wrong decision. Trying to use all the defenders there to just bend it around. Caress it into the corner, bottom corner. Just gone a yard wide of the far post.
Are you seeing the intensity that Roberto De Zerbi will have been wanting, Warren, in the second half?
Well, I think he's out of the word, hasn't he? I'm really honest. They're winning the boy out the pitch.
Of course, Grimsby may have to be forced to come forward a bit more there. And they wanted a handball, but his layoff wasn't a great one. Laid into the middle there. Holohan getting it across to Efferty. Efferty on the right, playing it, and Levi Colwell striding back there to ease it back to his keeper with his right foot along the ground. Colwell, who was on the verge, there was talk about him possibly making the England squad, but then got that injury, so out for a long period of time. So maybe no surprise having come back so early that he wasn't included in Gareth Southgate's squad, but I'm sure it may come in the future. Here's Undav through the middle, nice run by Solly March. He tees it up for Ferguson, his second, Albion's third, and now it looks comfortable.
I think he might be offside here, but
yeah, the flag has come up. The flag on the far side is up. It will be chalked off. I think it's the pass from March to Ferguson.
I don't think it is. I think it's the other one, Johnny.
What, the first one?
Undav, yeah, to March.
Well,
I think Ferguson doesn't need to take this. He's offside, look.
Yeah, March had just gone, as you say, so it wouldn't really have mattered. Yeah, Ferguson was just behind March,
yeah,
so it won't count. If I was being hypercritical, Warren, I'd say you don't need to make that run so early, do you? Maybe just could have...
The keeper might have got it then, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
So, Ferguson liven up and play the ball a little bit quicker then.
Yeah, well, Ferguson certainly felt he'd got his second goal, but it's been chalked off there for an offside.
Come on, referee. It's on the screen, it's offside.
Yeah. Well, I think we all saw it, but I don't know why this is a frustration, isn't it? This is when technology really sort of takes over. Conversation going on now with Simon Hooper.
Is it offside?
So maybe he's making a different point. The trouble, the way that they draw these lines, it looks a mile offside, doesn't he? Half his body's offside, isn't it?
Blue's ours, red's theirs, isn't it? Surely that's the way. Red's behind, isn't it? Onside. Goal. It's a goal.
No, it is offside. Oh my lord.
You'd think, right, they're playing in red, we're playing, well, they're playing pink.
You'd think you do it that way, but they've got it the other way around. That was very confusing. As this game has been, really. It's been quite frustrating as well, but Albion do lead by 2 goals to 0, but not 3. Yeah. Grimsby fans still going loud and proud away to our right-hand side. Header forward there, McAtee trying to get in the middle, poor touch at the back, and it's parried away there by Sanchez. Real opportunity there for John McAtee. Glimmer of hope there for Grimsby Town, and the first save that Robert Sanchez has had to make in the game. Maybe that'll be a bit of a wake-up call there.
Yeah, it's poor, isn't it? Poor play. Yeah.
Here's Colwell. Just there to Dunk. Dunk powers it into Undav. He can't get hold of it. Wasn't the best of passes up around his chest, but Webster's tied it up. Uses Gross. Now March. March into the middle. Caicedo.
What's that?
Oh, I don't know what it is.
Stopwatch. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, maybe it is. Well, time is up, I think. Through the middle. McAtee, another good run. Webster trying to keep chase with him, but he's managed to hook it towards goal there, McAtee, but slid as he went. It took a deflection out for a corner. Well, their number 1 striker's made a difference in this second half since coming on, Warren.
Yeah, it certainly has, isn't it? Again, it's just a long ball. Both players leaving it for each other. Yes.
Indecision, isn't it?
Yeah.
Spins off the toe of Webster initially for the first chance. But, well, they're 2-0 down, so they're having to come forward, but they do look a threat. And I said they scored goals. They have been impressive. And we've talked about the...
I think it's going to give the Tannoy here to keep the balls, throwing the balls onto the pitch.
Yeah, that may well be it. He's coming across here. The referee, Derek Gillett, just saying to Simon Hooper, there's a lot of stuff coming from the south stand, and it may ask for somebody over the PA system to make a request to Grimsby fans not to do so, because Sanchez now just hooking something with his hand off the pitch. Well, corner for Grimsby. The Haddocks are out again. The fans have got them above their heads, waving them towards the Albion goal. And it's going to be Glennon to take it with his left foot on this near side, the Grimsby right. Albion need to keep their concentration. There's a short option there, but Hunt it was who made it an option. But now it comes in left-footed to the back post. Sanchez has managed to reach that comfortably. Just got a head there of Caicedo, got a crack on the back of the head. He's gone down his own 6-yard box. Albion breaking forward through Undav. He turns it back there to Gross. He's writhing around there, Moises Caicedo. I think he's been hurt on the side of his head there. Sanchez has just gone over to try and calm him down. But I don't know whether he maybe even collided with his own teammate there, but a bit of concern, and the medical team is on, and Grimsby just regrouping, bit of information coming back for them via the sidelines. As for Roberto De Zerbi, he's got his head in his lap there. I know he's got his phone there with him as well. Yeah, Black Albion cap on. Well, did he? Couldn't quite see anything there in the replay, but let's just hope that Moises Caicedo is okay. We often refer to it as the international break, but it isn't really a break because Albion have got so many internationals, and a lot of them will be in action. And obviously the manager will be hoping that everybody comes back okay. Bukayo Saka's got a second for Arsenal. 4-1 they lead against Crystal Palace. Are they going to go on and take the title, Warren? What do you think?
I think decisive week when you have to play the top sides. Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool. Yeah. Maybe a blessing that they got knocked out of Europe in the end. We'll never know. Caicedo is back up on his feet. He's going to have to come off the pitch. I think he'll be able to come back on. Holding his right ear. So a bit of a break in play. Now Jared Gillett's going to go and get the ball, and it will probably be returned back. Well, they were semi-finalists in the FA Cup back in 1936 and 1939, Grimsby. It's been a while. And what a credit they've been to the competition, and they're not quite done just yet. It's only 2-0 to the Seagulls. And they have conjured up a couple of opportunities in the second period. Here's Colwell for the Albion to Mitoma. Mitoma forward to McAllister. McAllister putting Colwell under a bit of pressure there, but he got it away from McAtee, and he did really, really well. Chelsea loanee into Mitoma, back now to McAllister. McAllister sees a bit of space over on the right. Webster has it now. Again, the structure is there from Grimsby, so Gross just rolls it wide. March with a chance to come in field perhaps. Curls it in there towards McAllister, but header falls for Ferguson. Ferguson's touches a poor, and it's cleared. Grimsby get it away, only as far as Dunk. Dunk goes wide to the left to find Mitoma again. Ferguson goes on the outside. Here's McAllister. Back to goal by the left corner of the box. And back again to the captain. Colwell now. The shout is Seagulls as a few fly across the pitch. That's the proper Seagulls, not the inflatables. So the inflatables are up. And now it's drilled forward, and Lewis Dunk put his foot out there to stop it going through to McAtee. It goes out for a Grimsby throw, stretching the Albion there. Feels like more of a game in this second half for him. Yes, but I'm still disappointed, Johnny, where we're playing. The chances, the final ball.
Yeah, it hasn't been the high levels that we've come to expect under Roberto De Zerbi. There's an offside. Can't have gone too early. But this is an opportunity. Whatever happens here today, Warren, you know, likely to go through. Fewest top flight teams in the quarter-finals. So we now know that Sheffield United are through. City, they're through. Not quite sure what that says about the Championship or whether we can read too much into that, but Burnley flying away at the top of the Championship. And then Manchester City can do that to you, can't they?
Well, they did it in week, didn't they, for the good German side.
Just wonder whether they are starting to find that form. Here's Mitoma trying to take on Efferty. Goes on the outside, gets to the byline, brought down. The referee says no penalty. Well, it will get checked. He was flying there, Mitoma. It's gone out for a corner.
Yeah, it's up to get checked, but this kid, it loves himself, doesn't it? This referee.
So many of them do. I don't think that's a penalty.
In fact, we should get done for diving, Johnny.
Yeah.
Really
I think Efferty just has a hand on his shoulder, but it's not really enough to pull him down, is it? I think he tries to go across him, doesn't he? But there's not enough contact there. So, corner for the Seagulls. Gross is going to take it from the left. Dunker's gone in on the keeper again. It's not the tallest of keepers. Colwell's forward too. Webster makes a run towards the near post, but it's over him. Back post is Solly March. Hits the underside of the crossbar. Ferguson tries to put it back in, and he has to pull it back to Gross on the left side, but the flag, or the whistle has gone. I felt that there was maybe a foul or a handball in there. Albion very close to a third goal.
I don't know why the referee's blown it. He's blown it about half an hour too late, hasn't he?
Webster it was, he prodded it forward left-footed, it came off the underside of the bar. Well, I'm not quite sure what he saw. What did he see, Warren? I don't know. Free kick then for Grimsby Town. Played over to the left. March goes towards Glennon. Glennon has it on the touchline. Angles the ball into Hunt. Hunt tries to play it back. Ferguson now trying to put pressure on the Grimsby defence, but they're just playing it around the Republic of Ireland international initially. Smith back again. Now into the channel. Colwell misses it, goes under his foot, but Dunk's just behind. He heads it into the Grimsby half. Now picked up in the middle by Holohan. And Albion's women leading by 2-0 as well at the moment.
So Solly March just gets sucked in, doesn't need to. Dives in, gives a free kick away.
So there might be changes coming, and Ciso and Welbeck warming up for the Albion. It looks like Jeremy Sarmiento may be called upon, so we'll see who he will replace. I would have thought it would be Dennis Undav. But Colwell has the throw for the Seagulls. Back to Dunk, back to Colwell. Want to talk about his future. He's not thinking about it until the summer. Very impressive, and I think he'll be back as a regular starter when fully fit. He will be going away with England's under-21s though, so he'll be playing some football. That could be a good thing. So if he comes through unscathed and returns for that big game against Brentford on April the 1st. He's in possession now, 2 yards inside the Grimsby half. Switches it to Mitoma. First time ball into McAllister. Dunk again now in the middle. So Sarmiento is stripped off and ready. Here's McAllister. Touches it back there to Colwell. I think there's going to be changes for the visitors as well. They made a double change at the break. Here's McAllister into Ferguson. Rebounds for Undav. He turns, sets up Ferguson, strides forward and tucks it home. That one will count. Albion 3, Grimsby Town 0, and surely the Seagulls cruising through to the semi-finals of the FA Cup.
Yes, bit of luck that goal, a bit scruffy, wasn't it? We had to finish it off, Ferguson, and he finished it off very well again with his left foot. Wonderful. Can we get to 4 like we did against West Ham when the manager was on the touchline? Can we replicate that, Johnny? But no, get your tickets ready for the Wembley showdown either Saturday or Sunday.
What I like about that goal, Warren, as you say, it's a bit of luck, it's a little bit scruffy, but he's still aware to take the chance, isn't it? He tries to play it in, it rebounds for Undav, he touches it off, and then he makes a real positive move to get it onto his left foot. And actually, left or right, he seems to be just as good with both.
Oh yeah, a lovely little flick from Undav, but wonderful finish. Just side footed into the corner with a bit of power.
Yeah,
great finish.
Yeah, kept his cool.
Can he now? Can he go on and get his hat trick?
So Taylor and Morris coming on for Grimsby. So we'll work out who's coming off. Clifton's one of them. And it looks like Welbeck's going to come on as well. So Undav off, Sarmiento on.
Got us off and going, didn't he? Undav, saw glimpses from him.
And Ferguson, having just scored, is now going to come off. I think he'll be a bit disappointed, Warren, on a hat-trick.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I would be. You take that. You take it. You're disappointed, but go away. His national team, and hopefully comes back in good order.
Andrew Cross just having a quick word with him there, and well, he's just inevitably that you're disappointed. Doesn't matter whether you're Erling Haaland or whether you're Evan Ferguson. Grimsby just sending the ball forward to the corner flag. It's gone straight out of play, so bit of a strange one there. Well, who is the first starter up front, Warren? Is it Welbeck? Is it Ferguson?
It's one of them two. I'm not going to throw Undav in there, that's for sure.
But it's difficult to tell, isn't it? Because obviously, the ball by Lewis done that full stretch. Colwell goes under his foot and out of play.
30 yards that pass has gone. And it's a yard out of sight. Shall I go, shall I not?
Yeah, get into the right position.
No, they've gone all out. Ryan Taylor coming on as centre forward, natural centre forward, been in the lower leagues.
Yeah, Taylor will go through the middle, McAtee on the left. Mistake there by Grimsby. Welbeck to March. March fouled, free kick. Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? I mean, he has said on occasion that both Ferguson and Welbeck can play together. It hasn't happened too often, though. But what a prospect Evan Ferguson is. He's had a bit of frustration. He doesn't always have the ball possession. He says can improve. Roberto De Zerbi believes that's a side of his game that he can work on. But for 18 years of age, tremendous, isn't it, really?
Oh, he's playing well above his age, isn't he? I'll be really honest, Johnny.
Well, you always think, like, you know, everyone's talking about Caicedo, McAllister. I'm sure he'll be somebody that teams across Europe are watching. Here's the free kick then. Gross is going to take it for the Albion. It's midway through the Grimsby half, just to the right of centre, bit of an angle. Webster's gone round the back, floated towards him now, brings it down on his chest, nice skills onto his left foot, lobs it into the 6-yard area, headed away. Forward comes McAllister, nods it back to Webster again, trying to just brush off the challenge there of McAtee. He's back up on his feet, Webster. Did everything right there, but McAtee's put it out of play.
I think Webster, just get the ball out your feet and get it across goal. I'm trying to be clever. You send the back, mate.
That's what you'd be saying to your teammates, Warren.
Of course I would be. Let's get it in the box.
I'm the striker.
I'm the one who's back across. Try to chest it down and take him on.
The voice of the former Seagull striker, Warren Aspel, with us. Home and away commentary on BBC Radio Sussex. Sarmiento's first contribution there is to be fouled. His shorts end up around his ankles. He's pulled them up. You're all right. Here's Gross. 2 more changes approaching. Nice turn from Gross. You know what happens. You've seen it before. Now he lays it wide to March. March driving it in there. Sarmiento tried to hit it first time and it's cleared. Up there to Taylor. Taylor taking it away from Webster and back into a congested area, but he's gone back towards his own goal using Efferty. Efferty lobbing it high. McAtee waiting for it to bounce. So we'll go to regroup.
Sarmiento's half a chance.
Yeah.
Just from his leg out, he miskicked it.
Just had a swipe, didn't he?
I don't want it to come too deep now, Sarmiento. Just link up with Danny Welbeck. Get 10 yards on a piece of rope. Get around Danny Welbeck. You get chances.
Yes. Here come Albion through the middle. Welbeck. Oh, it's a lovely covering tackle. Brilliant block there to deny the former England international. I think it's Smith there. Tremendous work, actually. Starting to get stretched. It's a nice turn. Again, it falls kindly for Welbeck, but just as he tries to pull back his leg to go for the shot, across comes Smith. Keeps it at 3-0. Here come Grimsby now. They'll be now looking for a goal, won't they, Warren? That's what they'll be looking for, just to sort of take something from the game. And
well, now I'm looking for 4, 5. Then I'll say, yeah, it's not.
We'll talk about ruthless streaks, isn't it? It's maybe something that in the past has Albion have been accused of maybe being a little bit generous at times, not putting games to bed. They've probably missed out a couple of occasions, the likes of Leicester City maybe. I'm quite intrigued to see Yassin Ayari as well. I'm looking forward to seeing him get some minutes here in the final quarter of an hour. Colwell's header forward. Just hope they keep the momentum up. Comes to Sarmiento. He takes it off Welbeck. Nice little jink to get ahead of his man, but now it goes back there to the keeper. Crocombe rolling it to the left-hand side. Glennon plays it against March and it goes out of play. So now the change will come, and the young Swede Yassin Ayari will come on. I don't know what the delay is. Words there with Simon Hooper, who's got maybe a problem with his board, I don't know, but I think he's given the signal.
He's not the sharpest on that board, is it, today? Or Simon?
No, he's had a busy weekend.
Yeah.
McAllister's coming off. So a swap in midfield as Ayari comes on. And Lewis Dunk is going to make way as well. And Van Hecker will come. Lewis Dunk has already had a yellow card in the FA Cup, so another caution would mean that he would miss a potential semi-final. So I think maybe that one's just protection, maybe.
Another good performance from Lewis Dunk.
I think he's actually been one of the best players. The ball falls a couple of nice little balls into the feet of players.
This game is it's fallen a bit red hot later. Tickets, please, tickets.
Yeah. And of course that game, as long as Albion get through the final 15 minutes, will be live on BBC Radio Sussex. The draw straight after full time, so stay with us. We get Warren's reaction to who Albion get in the last 4, because it is actually the last 5 really, because Manchester United have got to play Fulham. Here's Ayari, handball there by Efferty. And I suppose most people will be thinking you want Sheffield United, and then you want Manchester City to play the winners of either Manchester United or Fulham. Here's Pascal Gross jogging forward. Sheffield United wouldn't be easy either though. Here's March in field. Caicedo curling it forward. Oh, and Ayari tried an overhead kick on the run as well. Wow, that would be something. Goal kick.
Yeah, you could have connected with that. That would have been.
What an introduction that would be, Warren.
That would have been the goal of the century here.
Maybe could have just gone with his head, but Albion fans seem to enjoy it. Didn't make any kind of connection with the ball though. Shows a bit of confidence though, doesn't it?
Yeah. Got his landing right, didn't he? Got his landing gear right quickly.
That's why I'd always be worried about doing that. Showing from IAK in the January window. Promising talent. Very, very young indeed, but here's Caicedo with a sloppy pass, easily dealt with in the middle. Holohan gets it to the left, Glennon trying to chase forward. He goes into the middle, and that's over Taylor. That'll be a goal kick. What will Roberto De Zerbi want from the last 10 minutes, Warren?
Probably
keep
goals,
up the,
like I do.
Keep the momentum up?
Yes. Don't slacken. We've made substitutions. The substitutions have to hit the ground running. I want Sarmiento further up the pitch. Don't need to go deep though. You can't take people on in your own half.
We want to keep the intensity. I'm sure some of the players will be thinking about maybe heading off to warmer climes in the next 2 weeks, but there's a little bit more work to be done. And as I say, lots of them will be involved in international work. Sarmiento's hurt himself in the middle in the process. As I say, comedy of errors. But Albion do still have possession. Sarmiento's back up on his feet. Seems to be okay. Took a little bit of a blow. Here's Webster. Spot. I think Pascal Gross has got the captain's armband. Forward now to Welbeck, chases into the box right side, hits it first time at the near post. Crocombe parries, puts it behind for a corner at his near post.
Well, I think he had a little glance up, Danny Welbeck.
Thought nothing's on.
Nothing's on, he has to go for goal because he's running out of space. A lovely ball from Solly March. Little glance up first.
Oh, he does. They've taken the corner short. March now with a chance on the edge of the area, pulls it back to Caicedo. Caicedo again to March. March surely should cross, there's plenty waiting for it. No, he squared it to Mitoma, congested on the edge of the box, plays it into the middle. Too many players there to get it through, and Van Hecker calmly plays it back to Caicedo. He's saying someone shoot. March does, but that's blocked. Comes back for Sarmiento. The queuing up on the edge of the area. Now Gross. Turn to get away from his man.
You beat him. Get the cross in.
Yeah. Done the hard work, really. I'm guilty at times of not doing enough of that. Here's Colwell driving forward. Lays it wide to Mitoma, left side of the box. Flicks it into Ayari. Goes through his legs now to Caicedo. Caicedo shifts it away to the right.
His passing's been off today, Caicedo, hasn't it?
Yeah. Just wonder with a bit of fatigue. I personally would have taken him off. I think he too is on a FA Cup yellow card as well. Colwell urged to shoot, doesn't. Uses Mitoma. Mitoma cruising along the edge of the box from left to right, plays it to March. March jinks away from his first man. So now as Ayari calmly plays it across to Webster. Webster curling it in there. March for the header. Low down past the keeper. Albion have 4, and they're on their way to their 3rd ever FA Cup semi-final. The man of the moment, Solly March, at it again, 3-3.
Brilliant, but it's great bit of playing. The fans are shouting shoot every time somebody got a bit of the time. They were patient, went backwards left, went backwards to the right. But Webster got it over his feet and a sublime little pass in behind. But Solly March to dive and edit. Probably his first header he's scored, isn't it? For a long, long time. But it's a great header.
Yeah, he's just onside.
But again, that lad runs the other way down a yard, doesn't go with him, he's offside, isn't he?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, they've got to concentrate. The lower down you go, you don't need...
He's not aware that he's behind him, and if he is, he just steps forward and then he's offside. But, well, you wanted more goals, Warren, and you've got another one.
Yeah, well, on 5.
What can March get to? That's 8 now.
Double figures.
That's 7 in the Premier League, 1 in the FA Cup.
Disappointing you don't get to double figures.
Maybe 15 at a push would be nice, especially from a winger.
15 at a push, Johnny, we're going to Europe. Fact.
Yeah. We got a third of the season still left, Warren, in terms of the league. Albion still haven't made 2/3 of the season yet. Kuri's going to come on in a minute.
Substitution for Grimsby Town, coming off number 8, Gavin Holohan.
And Holohan it is who makes way.
30, Evan Kuri.
I see these midfield players, they've worked very hard sideways, trying to stop Brighton from going through the middle. But it's the class what's told in the end, isn't it?
Arsenal have gone 8 points clear at the top of the Premier League after a 4-1 victory against Crystal Palace. Also this afternoon.
That poor goalkeeper, Johnny.
I just wonder what will happen with Crystal Palace. The bottom of the table is exciting as the top. So many teams involved, 9 really, if effectively in a relegation battle. And more good news as well, because the full-time whistle has blown in the Midlands, and Albion's women are through to the semi-finals. They've beaten Birmingham City by 2-0. So an FA Cup double on the cards on this Sunday afternoon. Webster floating it forward. Ayari makes the run, but Crocombe is there to it first.
It's unlucky that. I like my midfield players making runs behind the defence. As the centre forward comes short there, you want the runners in behind. They're not seeing it from. You don't see it much from McAllister. You don't see it from Castillo, but this young lad who's come on now,
yeah,
he wants to run and he wants to create things.
Yeah, we've heard about his talents from Philip O'Connor, the Swedish journalist, talking about what he can provide. So you have to do some defending here because Glennon's on the attack. Curls it in now with pace, laid off, right-footed shot. Brilliant save by Sanchez. keeps the clean sheet intact. It's wonderful work from Grimsby Town, and McAtee can't quite believe how he hasn't scored. It's a great save.
It's a great save. Good toss in. Lovely little touch. Good setup from the centre forward. But it's a lovely save. Right tight.
Yeah, it's clever from McAtee. Hit it early on the half volley. Those Grimsby fans behind the goal just wishing it would have flowed into the corner for them to celebrate with just 5 minutes of normal time remaining. I think they know the race is run at 4-0 down, but they want a goal here.
Brighton want a clean sheet as well, Johnny. That's important for them.
Yeah, the manager will not be best pleased if they do concede late on here. Here's the corner, whipped in near post. Headed away, combination of Webster and Welbeck. But to the right, Glennon through the legs of Ayari, still going. Good run here by the left back. Mitoma gets in there, wanted a foul, not given there by Jared Gillett. I think it was the right decision. Sarmiento took it too far, bounces back for him, then skips away from his marker. He should have delivered. March was drifting offside though. Getting there, not selfish, but decision making. Here's Ayari, edge of the box. He clips it through for Gross. Gross just kept running, but fell at his feet. Crocombe has it once more in the Grimsby Town goal. Still 4-0. 3.5 minutes of normal time remaining.
Yeah, looks a little about Trossard, doesn't he?
Yes, the way he bounces on the sort of balls of his feet, it's the way his movement. He's only young though. Here's McAtee, come close to a goal. Now he's floated a nice ball to the left-hand side. They've got players in the middle here, Grimsby. They're down the left side. Another good curling left-footed cross. Levi Cole with a header to the edge of the D. Sarmiento looked like he might have shoved his man there, but he's got onto the ball now. Trying to take it clear, trying to take too much on there. Just feels sometimes Sarmiento and Enciso just try and do
too much.
Too much.
It's a team game,
yes.
Not individuals.
Yeah. Curl forward down the left again. Good run here by Grimsby. Webster trying to go back there. Looks like he was shoved to the ground.
I think he was, but if I've run 40 yards, Johnny, and not got the ball, I'd be doing the same.
Curry's got a bit of pace though. He's just trying to trouble Albion on that left-hand side.
You see Sarmiento, you don't need to come that deep. Just stand. I think he has to take a watch McAllister. Stop running around. You don't need to keep running around.
Yeah, in that position.
Just stand still.
Yeah. He's on the ball now in the centre circle. Here's Ayari. Ayari back to McAllister, just not getting around a bit like a training game now. Pinged into Sarmiento. Ayari across to Solly March. Webster cross into the middle. Van Hecker now with a chance to try and pick out Welbeck, but it's easily dealt with by Grimsby. They clear, but Webster has it again. March only scored one today. Here's Colwell edging further forward with Toma again from the left side. Jinking, trying to get past his marker. Rebounds for him, backfield there, chance for Ayari, he shoots! Oh, it's just deflected wide. So close to his first ever Albion goal. All made by Mitoma, but Ayari looks like he's got an eye for goal, Warren.
Yeah, he is. What about this for a bit of skill? On touchline, back heel. Fell to him. Wants to put his foot, his first instinct is to shoot, isn't it?
Yeah, Ayari's did one there. As you say, the back heel from Mitoma. Good thinking, it deflected there off the keeper, and Albion have a corner heading towards the last 60 seconds of normal time. Rose to Mitoma. Mitoma, edge of the box. March drags it across for Webster, who shoots and saved.
It's not bad from Webster, he's at the target.
Left foot.
Yeah.
Kicks his head over the ball.
Good technique, he's at the bar with one.
Yeah.
In closer.
Well, he says he wants more goals from his centre-backs, Roberto De Zerbi. Not quite come today. Undav, Ferguson and March on the score sheet today. Oh, good work there by Sarmiento. Robbed to the defender, gets to the byline, left side, drags it back on the angle. Welbeck, touched off by Gross for Mitoma. He hits it, that's deflected, and that is crept in. A goal in the final 30 seconds of normal time to complete the victory. Albion 5, Grimsby Town 0.
Yeah, it's a bit cruel that one, Johnny. But it's a great play from Sarmiento, closing down, nicked the ball, got to the byline, played it across, and again nobody wanted to shoot. fell to Matoma, he put his foot through it. Was it going on target? If it's going on target, it's past his goal, Johnny, if it's going on target.
Yeah, you got to feel a little bit for Grimsby there though, Warren.
Yeah, they're dead on the feet, aren't they? They've worked so hard. But I think it's his goal.
I think, well, it's a sort of double deflection. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that Luke Waterfall will not want it. Mitoma will.
Scorer for the Albion, number 22, Kaoru Mitoma.
So important, these goals from Albion's wingers, March and Mitoma. Better out of play there by Levi Colwell, caught there by Paul Hurst, the Grimsby Town manager. We'll try and get you some reaction before we go off air. It may be tricky because of the draw that is coming up for the semi-finals, but stay tuned for all those details and Warren's thoughts on who Albion get in the next round. 2 minutes to be added on here.
Not really, Johnny. I'm not being cruel to Grimsby. They came here to do the job, to keep the goal down, keep the score down. Straight away the second one in. They came out a little bit. The third one, they had to come out. And now but they're dead on the feet, aren't they? They've worked so hard. They've had a great cup run. Yes, it's come to an end. I'm rightly sure we should be beating teams like this.
Yeah. Here's Gross flying it high towards Mitoma. Could get it in the act again. He's put it wide. What a chance there. He's frustrated. He wanted another goal in injury time. Chased over the top.
What a pass that is. A pass for Gross. Straight.
We said it early on, he probably was the key, and he probably has been one of Albion's better midfielders today. He's sort of playing right back, but he's actually been playing in midfield most of the game.
That's a touch.
Match attendance this afternoon is 29,415.
So not quite a full house here at the Amex.
You think
under 30,000.
On a few occasions lately. It comes good in the last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's what he's done today, isn't it?
Full time, Albion through to the semi-finals of the FA Cup. A 5-0 victory against League 2 Grimsby Town. Credible performance from them, but the Seagulls' class in the end showed. It wasn't a virtuoso performance, but they know now they will be heading to Wembley next month.
Yes, and it's great for the fans, it's great for the city. Just need a bit of luck in this draw in the next 10 minutes. Can we get Sheffield United? Just avoid, for me, I don't mind Man United or Fulham. Just avoid Man City.
You think that's the key?
That's the key.
Well, we've been there before, Warren, haven't we? That
yes.
1-0 defeat. It was comfortable for them after an early goal when Kyle Walker probably should have been sent off. But will they be able to learn much from today? I'm not so sure, really.
No, I don't think you can learn much from today, Johnny.
So now they're through to the semis, Warren. Which is the better route to Europe, League or Cup? Might have to ask you this after every game.
I think you still have to go and keep performing week in, week out in the league. I think. Can we catch Tottenham? They're slipping up. Newcastle didn't any great strikes. It's been a good weekend, bar Newcastle winning. 2 draws yesterday. Brentford drawing and Spurs drawing. I think we'll go with a league. That's harder, the league, over so many games.
It certainly is. The final third of the season, of course, will be live on BBC Radio Sussex, as will the men's FA Cup semi-final. But it's been a bonza Sunday afternoon for Albion's men and women, both through to the semi-finals of the FA Cup. Full time here at the Amex, Brighton and Hove Albion 5, Grimsby Town 0.